Hi everyone, and thank you for watching my training compilation video. In this video, I'm going to go over all the training that I've been doing for pretty much the last 6 months. The last video that I made was in November, so there's quite a lot to catch up on. I was initially making these monthly, but I kind of figured that not a lot of people were watching them or interested in the monthly versions, so I decided to compile, slightly longer ones instead. But if anybody would be interested in me doing the monthly ones again, please let me know in the comments, because I'd be more than happy to do them if people want to watch. Another way that you can keep up with my training is by following me on Instagram, because I always post every day. I do stories on what training I'm doing that day, etc. The last video that I made like this was in November, and I went over the things that I'd been training. Up until May, I was doing very similar things. I was practicing handstands every single day, 5 days a week, and I was doing the Hal Higdon marathon training plan, which basically consisted of running 3 times a week. So obviously the point of that training plan was to build up to a marathon, and what actually happened was I got probably a couple of weeks away. I got to the 18-mile run, and I did it completely fasted. I didn't bring any water with me on the run. I also chose a route that had no shade on a fairly hot day. Anyway, basically I completed the run, but it did pretty much wipe me out, and from that day I started feeling a little niggling pain in my knee, and this was also basically the time when I'd started getting a few bookings for work. The lockdown had finished, or it was sort of coming to a close, and work was sort of resuming again, and I made the decision that instead of pushing through with my injuries, like pushing through it just for the sake of finishing the marathon, I was going to put that to the side and pick it up at a more appropriate date. So I don't feel like I've lost any of that training, but I just thought that maybe it wasn't the right time to keep going with that. So around this time, when I burnt out from the 18-miler and I was feeling a little injury, I was sort of thinking, let's reevaluate the training, because it has pretty much been a year of doing running and handstands, not much else. And honestly, they were getting a little bit boring. I do believe in periodization, like breaking up your training and not just doing the same thing over and over again. Of course, with the lockdown, it's a little harder to do that, but I do feel like I made the best use of my time in my house, and now I can leave and train elsewhere. I can do that, and also it's good to prioritize what I need to train for work. So it was towards the end of May when my friend and I decided to get tickets to do a Spartan 5K race. If you're not familiar with these, it is a 5K, but also an obstacle course with lots of different things like rope climbing, mud running, going over obstacles and stuff like that. And to do this, I thought, let's completely change up the training. It's not just about long distance running. It's not really about long distance at all now. It's more different sorts of activity while I'm running. So I would go, I would do a few laps, and then I would do stair sprints, then I would do chin-ups, I would do skipping, stuff like that. Basically just mixing it up, because that's the name of the game in the Spartan. You have to do lots of different sorts of physical exercise. So that was a welcome change for my training. It was really good to do this. I also started implementing things like backwards runs to help sort out my knee injury, and they actually really helped. I haven't got the Knees Over Toes guy official program, but I know that he advocates for this sort of thing, and if you guys have knee problems, so definitely run a backwards kilometer and then just see how you feel after. For me, it was really effective. Alongside this, I started to train various acts that I needed to do for work. So that included the partner acrobatics, the sear wheel, a few other things that I hadn't really done since before coronavirus, basically. Fortunately, I think the training that I'd been doing had kept my strength up, and it really wasn't that hard to sort of get straight back into things where I left off. So I did the Spartan race, and it was really, really fun. I came third in my heat, which I was pretty proud about, and then I came 22nd overall for the day. It wasn't the elite race, it was sort of just anyone can enter day, but I was still happy with that for a first time, and I think next time, now I know what to expect, I can do even better, hopefully. Biggest challenge was the hill ascension. I didn't know how hilly the course was going to be, and actually the horse was just on a hill. It wasn't about being hilly, it was on a hill. So yeah, that was really, really hard. I had to walk a lot of it, but so did everybody. So throughout this period, I followed a less rigid routine. With the marathon plan and the handstands, it really was every day. I was just doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. And then I made it a lot looser for myself, which was also quite a nice change. It was good not to be completely stuck to a schedule. The only thing that I did consistently was ensuring that I got 10,000 steps every single day, and I would do one form of cardio every day, whether that is just walking, or if it's running, or if it's bike riding, skipping, anything. I had to do that. I had to ensure that I got the 10,000 steps, and then I would train on top of that. And this was just a way to maintain my weight, sort of keep up with the fitness and not be too static. So this is almost bringing me to the present day. I've been doing several jobs and they've been going really well. I'm actually really happy with how things are turning out post-COVID. So now the question is, which direction am I going to take my training in next? I've decided to pretty much follow what I enjoy doing the most. I think it's important to keep up the cardio, and it's important to have in the back of my head that I want to do the marathon at some point. Whether or not it's going to be this year, I'm not sure yet, because I have quite a busy schedule in terms of work. But the most important thing to me is that I maintain all the fitness and the mobility, etc., that I have gained over the last year in lockdown, doing all of this various training. And I want to channel it into the thing that I want to do the most. My plan next is to start Jujitsu again. May seem a bit random and not really anything to do with circus, but it's something I've really, really missed over the whole COVID period. And now I'm double vaccinated, I feel that it should be relatively safe to go back to class. And if not now, I don't really see when it would ever get any safer. So I'm planning on starting again over the next few weeks, and I will definitely keep you updated if and when I do that. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or any requests, please let me know in the comments. Please leave me a like if you liked the video. Subscribe for more videos like this, tutorials and other circus related content. Thanks for watching once again. Have a lovely rest of your day.